What's going on, guys? Riley here from RP Productions. Today we are reviewing a 1994 Mazda Rx-7 with a V8 in it. The V8 in this particular car is an LS1, which basically came from a 1999 Camaro mounted to a T56 6-speed manual transmission. Now this car, as it sits right now, makes about 350 wheel horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. The cool thing about this car is that it only weighs about 2,900 pounds. So going down the quarter mile, this car will set low 12-second passes, which is pretty ridiculous when you think about, oh look, it's just a little RX-7. Now I met the owner of this car at Cars and Coffee one month, and he was in his blue 6th Gen 1LE, sort of like mine back there. And he's basically told me that these cars, this RX-7 and a Camaro SS 1LE, a 2017, are basically the same speed. He really couldn't pick which one he thinks is faster. Now all of the performance data on this car, it's cool and all, but really that's not what this car was designed for. This car was designed and built for one purpose only, and that is to have fun. The owner of this car is also selling it, so if you are interested in buying it, he's asking $19,000 for it. So we're going to compare this to other $19,000 cars, but if you guys are serious about buying it, I'll put his email in the description. You can email him for serious inquiries. But let's go ahead and pop the hood and see what's under there. As said before, this is a 5.7 liter LS1 with long tube headers, an intake, and a little baby cam, 350 wheel horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque. To 2,900 pounds, this thing should be a complete rocket. I can't wait to drive it. One last thing before we take it for a spin, check out the interior. The interior is basically all original and pretty much what you'd find back in 1994, with the exception of a racing steering wheel and a 5th Gen Camaro shift knob, which I think looks really, really cool in here. That is definitely two little tasteful mods that I would do myself. But as far as the rest of the interior goes, all original from 1994, and it's actually aged very well. It doesn't look super dated in here. I mean, yeah, it's an old car, but you know, I've seen much worse, but everything's in really good condition. So now let's go ahead and take it for a spin. Feels like a damn race car in here.
Sure,
like super small and just
everything you need, nothing you don't.
That's awesome. All right, boys and girls. Well, this will be a very interesting one if I don't stall the car. It's a very heavy clutch. It has character. I like it. This is definitely a vehicle that is different from most car reviews on the channel. This is awesome. Well, it's pretty damn loud, I'll give you that. But I think that was kind of a given. Now, you know, I've driven a lot of cars here on the channel, but I think that this one takes the cake of being the most race car-ish. And it's funny I say that because the car only makes, you know, 350 to the tire, which is not a lot in terms of horsepower, but this car literally just feels like I'm in a race car, like I'm about to just go and just, I don't know, lap Laguna Seca at some ridiculous time, just because this is the way that this whole experience makes you feel. It's just freaking cool. All right, so we'll just kind of ease onto it in a second, get the hang of it. That's so freaking cool. Wow. Now, you know, the interior it's pretty small, and I'm only 5'11", and my knee is having a little bit of a problem with the steering wheel, but the interior is actually pretty comfortable with aside from my leg room. But honestly, who cares about leg room when you can do this? That is freaking awesome. That is so cool. One of these days, I'm finally just gonna bite the bullet and buy a project car like this, because honestly, these types of cars are the most fun you can have in a car. Like, and new ZL1s and stuff like that, it's cool and all, but like, if you're just going just to buy a car to have fun for a relatively inexpensive price, buy something like this. Doesn't have to be a Mazda Rx-7, but just buy something that's, you know, somewhat quick, with lightweight, small, just nimble. You will have the time of your life, and damn, now I really want one of these. 350 wheel horsepower. Oh my God. I could care less what the horsepower number is on paper. I really wish you guys were able to sit here and experience this with me, because it's freaking, it's one of those cars I can't put into words. It's kind of like, I don't know. I can't think of anything to compare it to. It's one of a kind, and that's exactly why you'd buy one of these. Have a one-of-a-kind car to have fun with. That's why you buy it. That's what it provides. For being an old car, it doesn't feel outdated. Like, yeah, the interior, I guess, is, you know, older, but it's fine. It's all you need. You got comfy seats, comfy shifter steering wheel, visibility's pretty good. I mean, I really can't knock this car for a single thing. Horsepower, my ass. I guarantee you this is something comparable to, well, I mean, I guess technically it's comparable to my car, which is like a low 12-second car, but this feels so much faster than that. It really does. I guess because everything's just so much more analog, and there's no traction control, no stability control. This is all you're one with the car, and it's just, it's such an experience, and that's really what I like. It's just a car that gives me a good experience, fun to drive, something that's not your typical car, and that's definitely not what this thing is. So for all of you people out there that say, oh, Riley doesn't like imports, no, I like imports. I just prefer them to have V8s like this one. It's so cool. It really is. I've never driven like an LS swapped anything, but I really don't drive too many older cars here on the channel, mainly because the demographics of people that watch my videos, they all seem to not usually care for them as much. Y'all like the Hellcats and stuff like that, modern stuff. But damn, it's just like you don't get the same enjoyment out of them as you do something like this. And the way the owner has this car set up, it's got 390 gears in the rear, so you're shifting a lot. It's not something you have to really just rev out. It's, you know, just boom, 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 going through the gears, and it's super torquey. The car feels super healthy and bloody powerful. I mean, this is literally the most ideal situation to just have fun with and still run really good times at a track. It does everything. It'll corner well, drive well in a straight line. It could probably use a little bit better brakes, but who needs to stop? Well, it's whatever. Man, the rest of this car, it seriously is fantastic, and it's one of those cars that, you know, it's like, how often do you get to say, yeah, I got to drive an LS swapped RX-7. That was fun. As I said before, the owner is selling this car, so I really hope somebody watching this right now will buy it, because you will thoroughly enjoy it. It's one of those cars that's, you will have a one-of-a-kind vehicle, and it will put a smile on your face every time you get behind the wheel. It's not a car for everyone, I guarantee you, but to the right person, they will freaking love this thing. Well, guys, I think that it's quite obvious that I thoroughly enjoyed this drive in the RX-7 with a V8. I think this is just one of those cars that it'll be a lasting memory, that is for damn sure. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So as always, guys, thank you all for watching. Once again, link down below or email down below if you are interested in buying it. I will see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.